Hello team, let me take you through the Whistler run course here. So Ironman Canada run course. I'm going to take you through one loop of this course. This is what the 70.3 racers will do. Ironman racers, you're just going to repeat this. So you'll do 2 loops in total. So just to orientate you to where we are right now, we're inside of Whistler. T2 is a different place than T1. So right inside Whistler, just to the right of T2 is Olympic Park, and that's where we'll finish. This main road right here, this is Blackcomb Way. That's the road that you're going to be finishing the run on. And also you'll be heading north along that to start the run as well. So you're going to come in off the bike through this area here. You'll loop around and then come around the back side of transition right here. You'll head, once you hit the dismount line, here's what happens. There'll be volunteers there, they'll take your bike, they'll rack it for you, then you'll tell them your race number, and then you're going to head into the change tent, whether you're male or female, there'll be a change tent for you. There'll be chairs in there. They will hand you your T2 bag, so it'll have all your run gear in it. You'll grab a chair, change out to what you need to, and then you'll head out onto the run in this direction here. You want to make sure you put everything that you're not using from your bike back in that run bag so that it's all enclosed and that you don't lose anything. So anything that you used on your bike that you won't need for your run, make sure it goes back into that bag. So you'll head out onto the run course, and first things here is you're going to head out north just along the road here, and then you're going to take a right-hand turn on Lomere Road. And you're going to be heading east on Lomere Road, and then you're going to come underneath that and over what's called Fitzsimmons Lake, or creek, which is that little creek there that you pass through. Then you're going to head out towards Lost Lake, which is right here. So important to know, right off the hop, you're going to be flat until about 300 meters into the run. As you can see by the gradient here and also up here, you start climbing about 300 meters in. You'll continue to climb up until about 2.5K. Nothing too steep. I think the largest incline it gets is about 6%, 6 or 7 up by Lost Lake here. The thing about this course that's important to know is most of your biggest rolling sections are going to be around the lake. So you pass 2 lakes, Lost Lake here and then Green Lake over here. So that's where most of your rolling sections are going to be. Otherwise, the course is fairly flat. So once you hit that 300 meter part and you go over Fitzsimmons Creek, then you're going to get into a path section, a concrete path, which will go from concrete into gravel as you head closer to Lost Lake. And it's about a 2K section that's graveled there. So you're going to be heading towards Lost Lake, focusing on your pace here, make sure your breathing's under control. You could sip, you could eat or drink, you could chat comfortably at the pace you're at right now. You're even feeling like you're holding yourself back a little bit. That's important here. Making sure your pace is super comfortable. And as you see, this is where it gets a little more bumpy in this section here as you climb up. Around Lost Lake, so you'll go all the way around the end of it. And this is mostly gravel section trail. It's gravel trail through here. And then you'll get to the end of Lost Lake, and then you'll make a 180 and turn yourself back around. And then you'll come all the way back down. And that out and back is about 4 kilometers long. So you'll hit that first little section about 4K in. Once you get to about 4K in and over Fitzsimmons Creek is where you'll hit your first aid station, right about here. And then you're going to take the path over towards Blackcomb Way, which is this main road here, right here. And then you're going to hit another aid station in this section along Blackcomb Way here, and that will be on either side, so you're going to hit that on the way back as well. So now we're into the straight out and back section. So once you get through Blackcomb Way, which is pretty exposed, once you get into this section here, you're going to be on concrete path, and it's going to start getting treed in and shaded, which is pretty nice, especially if it's hot out. It'll give you a little reprieve from that. I'm going to go back behind Riverside Campground right here. And then you're going to be heading towards Green Lake, which is this large lake right here. Once you get to the tail end of Green Lake, right about here, about, let's see, I think it's about 7.5 km or so, you'll be finishing that little, so basically from that first aid station all the way out to this point here is essentially downhill for the most part. Very gradually, but mostly downhill. Once you get to about 7.5 in here by this tail end of Green Lake, you're going to hit another aid station on either side, so you'll hit it on the way back as well. And then you'll get into a more exposed area here. So thinking about, again, keeping your pace under control, nice tall posture, eyes forward, compact arm swing, keeping the feet underneath the hips. Then about 9.5 in here, we're all along concrete path here. And you're going to hit another aid station about 9.5 in this section in here, and again you'll hit that on either side, so going out and coming back. Then you're going to head out around the north side of Green Lake here. We're just running adjacent to Highway 99 right here. And as we get through this section here, you'll hit another aid station about 11 in or so, and then you'll get to your 180 turnaround, and you'll come back and hit that same aid station about 13 in or so, and then again we're just heading back down. So this is all slightly going uphill here, slightly as we get through this section here. Then we're going to hit that aid station again on the way back at about 15 in or so. And then we're all along concrete path here in a nice shaded area as we head down this section. Then we're heading back towards Green Lake in a more exposed section here. Then we're going to hit that aid station on the way back at the tail end of Green Lake. That's about 16 in or so, and then we're heading back now towards Whistler, and we're going back uphill. So you know, once you hit that aid station at Green Lake, at the tail end of it, coming back towards Whistler, you're going to start heading back uphill again. Very gradual, 1 to 2%, but it's enough that if your pace is slowed a little bit there, you know why, because you're heading uphill. Now we're back into Whistler. This is Blackcomb Way, so you'll hit that aid station. Just going to back this up a pinch. So right here we're running along Blackcomb Way, so exposed area, open road. You'll start to see more people in this section. You'll get people cheering you on, which is kind of nice. And the same thing when you're going out. So that's why it's really important as you head out along Lomere Road and head out towards Lost Lake that you keep your pace under control. You're going to get some adrenaline from all the people there, being off your bike, being into the run. But pay attention to your pace and your effort to make sure that you're keeping it within the parameters that you know your abilities can support. So you'll hit that aid station coming down Blackcomb Way here. Then we're going to take a left-hand turn on Lomere Road, go over the Passive House Bridge. Then here is an important section. So this is where 70.3 folks, you're going to now head back in towards T2 to finish your run. And also Ironman folks, on your second loop, this is where you'll come to finish the run as well. So at this point in the run, when you're just finishing your first loop, instead of coming back into town for Ironman folks specifically, you're going to head back. You're not going to take this turn in towards town. You're actually going to continue along the path out towards Lost Lake out here and do that out and back. You'll hit an aid station on the way back and then head all the way out towards Green Lake and all the way back. Then on your second loop, that's when you'll make this turn, this right-hand turn to come back into town. Again, though, once you get into this area along Blackcomb Way, a couple kilometers out, you'll start to see more and more people. So this is, you can feed off that energy. I really encourage you to every volunteer that you see, thank them. Tell them they're awesome. They'll tell you you're awesome. Take that energy in. When you see your teammates out there, give them love. Give them a high five. cheer them on, because that energy comes back to you as well. The more positive energy you give out, the more that comes back to you. If you see any of our team spectators on the course, acknowledge them. That's a rule for our team. You must acknowledge the spectators who are out there supporting you. Make sure that you give them some love and they'll give you some love back. And that's important because you use that energy to fuel you during this entire run. That's all part of racing. So now, just finishing this off as we head back into town. So when Ironman folks are done their second loop, 70.3 folks, you're done your first loop. We're going to head into town here past T2, which is that parking lot right up here. Then we'll make a loop behind the back of it, head along Blackcomb Way, go into Whistler a little bit on Village Gate Boulevard, and then we'll head again, taking a left-hand turn up Blackcomb Way, and that will take us to the finish line. We finish in Olympic Park. So really important to know, once you get to the tail end of that race, once you're back on Blackcomb Way, you're close, like a couple K out. So you can really start to turn it on there and focus on all the way through. Focus on being present. So keep your breathing under control. Running tall, keeping your eyes forward. Don't let your head drop down. Run proud, with a proud posture. Nice compact arm swing. Nice quick light feet. All these things will help you out. Stay on top of your cooling if it's hot outside. So, make sure you got ice in the cap, ice in the hands, ice down the shirt. Whatever you need to do at every aid station, take advantage of that. Make sure you're taking in the water and calories that you need at each aid station. Every 2K you're going to see an aid station, so that means 10 for the first loop and 20 total for both loops. You got lots of aid stations out there to help you out. You got this. So any questions about this run, please let me know. Otherwise, let's have a great race.